1440 Brookdale Avenue, Mountain View. So if you want to build a house, this is a lot you should definitely consider. So listed for $1,000,001. The unique aspects of it, this is of course, is that in this little part of Mountain View, you have to remember it's not Los Altos Schools though, it still is Mountain View Schools, but that whole street of Brookdale all has very large lots. So this is an 11.5 lot. Nice shape to it. I believe it's about 80 across and then about 135 deep. So that is a very good shape for building, because you're going to get that width that you need to be able to not make sure that the garage is too prominent architecturally, but you're going to get the depth that you want so you can have a very nice backyard. So I think, remember there was one on about a month ago on Barbara, literally maybe 8 houses away from this, that was listed for $999 and sold for $1,000,003. So I think that was also a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. This is also a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Actually, Barbara was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. But this one, even though it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, I don't think there'll be too many people who will consider living in it. It's very original, lots of deferred maintenance, tons of dry rot, lots of termite damage. I mean, there might be some people who would consider trying to do a quick fix-up to it and live in it for a few years. But I think the exciting opportunity here is, of course, to build a new, fantastic house. The shape is great. The only thing you need to think about a little bit is that there's a huge tree in the backyard that's oddly right dead center. So that tree would absolutely have to come out. Now, if you go down and talk to the city, what they're going to tell you is when you have a big tree like that, technically, because it's more than 48 inches in circumference, you're going to need to get a permit. It's not a heritage tree that's going to give you a lot of political problems, not an oak or things like that, but you will have to get approval to take it out based on your overall lot plan. So, so there's just that small risk. I can't imagine any scenario where the city would not let you take that out as long as you're going to be putting other trees, which of course you would, because the rest of the lot is basically just barren dirt. That's one thing though I think you should get comfortable with if you're going to build. I recommend you talk to the city yourself, get comfortable with the concept of what the city's requirements are going to be when you have a big tree that's clearly sitting in the footprint of where you want to build a new house. Also, from a sun standpoint, this house is facing essentially northwest, but you're going to get a lot of still sideways sun to the backyard, so I'm not too worried about that. I think for people that do want a sunny backyard, this is going to get a tremendous amount of sun, so I think it's very strong from that standpoint. And then lastly, one thing to consider, it is a corner lot on the corner of Barbara and Brookdale, so you're going to get a little bit of that onesie-twosie traffic on the side of the yard. So my prediction is it probably will not actually sell as high as the other property did on Barbara, only because there'll be some people that will be concerned that even though you're not getting a lot of traffic on the one side of your yard, you are at least hearing sometimes that onesie-twosie one-car driving past. So, but all in all, though, I think it's a great opportunity for somebody to get out there and build their dream home. The house next door to it sold earlier this year, or I think late last year rather, for $2 million. That was a house done like 6 or 7 years ago. It was a very unusual floor plan, so I think a more traditional floor plan would have sold for more. So I feel like the end product, if you're building a 3,000 square foot house here, is definitely going to be worth easily in that 2.2 to 2.5 range. If you have any questions about building in Mountain View, you can reach out to me, David Troyer, at Antero Real Estate. This property is represented by another agent at Antero. Thank you.